Hi friends, it's Teacher Priscilla. I hope everyone's having a fun morning so far. Today I'm going to read for you one of the stories that you guys picked out at library, Not Norman, a Goldfish Story by Kelly Bennett. When I got Norman, I didn't want to keep him. I wanted a different kind of pet, not Norman. I wanted a pet who could run and catch, or one who could climb trees and chase strings. A soft, furry pet to sleep on my bed at night. Not Norman. All Norman does is swim around and around and around and around and around and around and around. This is it, Norman, I decide. I'm trading you for a good pet. Norman doesn't move. Not even a fin twitches. How can I trade him like this? No one will want a sorry-looking fish in a gunky bowl. When I drop Norman into his nice clean bowl, he starts dipping and flipping, flapping his fins around. He looks so goofy I have to laugh. Don't think that just because you made me laugh I'm going to keep you, I tell him. Tomorrow you're out of here. Norman blows a stream of bubbles. The next day I take Norman to school with me. If I talk him up real good during show and tell, maybe someone will want him. On the way there, we see my friend Austin. Austin has a real cool dog and 7 puppies. Want to swap one of your pups for Norman? I ask. Who's Norman? Asks Austin. My goldfish, I say. By the time I rescue Norman, half of his water is gone. I'm sorry, I tell Norman when we get to school. I'm really sorry. He just stares at me all googly-eyed. Finally, it's my turn to show and tell. Just as I start to talk about goldfish, Emily shouts, "Jenny's gone! Who let my snake loose?" Does anyone hear the story of how I got Norman? Does anyone even ask to hold his bowl? No. They're all jumping and screaming and chasing the snake. Not Norman. He's looking right at me. Thanks for listening, I tell him. That afternoon, we go to my music lesson. As soon as it's over, I'm taking Norman back to the pet store. I take out my tuba and begin to play. I glance over at Norman. He's swaying back and forth. Glug, 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 he mouths. Look, Norman's singing, I say. Pay attention, snaps Maestro, and try to play the proper notes. Maestro makes me stay for extra practice. By the time my lesson is over, it's too late to go to the pet store. Don't think that just because you like my music, I'm going to keep you, I tell him. He glugs. That night, I'm sound asleep when, screech, screech. What's that noise? Scratch, scritch, screech. Yikes, there's something at the window. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I spot Norman! He isn't scared. He isn't swimming around in circles either. He glugs and gives me a little wave. I'm not alone. Together, Norman and I slide open the curtains. It was just a broken tree branch. Thanks for watching out for me, Norman. On Saturday, I take Norman to the pet store, just like I said I would. I look at the cats and dogs and snakes and birds. I look at the hamsters and mice and lizards too. They all look like good pets, but they are not Norman. When I got Norman, I wasn't sure I wanted to keep him. But now, even if I could pick any pet in the whole world, I would not trade him. Not Norman. The end. That was a great story, learning to be patient and to care for your animal. At first, the boy thought Norman was boring and he didn't take care of him the right way. But as soon as he took care of Norman, cleaned his bowl, and showed Norman some of the things that he likes to do, Norman wasn't shy anymore, and he showed the boy his cool tricks like dancing and waving and being brave, and it helped the boy be brave as well. Thanks for sharing that book with us, whoever chose that book from library. All right, friends, that's all I have for you today. I miss you guys so much and I love you all. I can't wait to see what kind of fun activities you guys are doing at home. I saw already that some friends made nature bracelets and are doing art, and that's awesome. I can't wait to see what you create. I'll see you tomorrow, guys.